I know who I'm voting for in the next election. Darren Sproles for president.
Here I am, it's the on-campus kingpin, yes I am.
Eagle Sessions, Gayle Saunders, SkinnyPost.com, talking the big win over the Indianapolis Colts. Philadelphia Eagles 30, Colts 27. Now, if you are not drained after this game, that means that you weren't rooting hard enough, or you weren't distraught like I was in the first half. Again, 2 weeks in a row, this team has brought us through a tale of two halves. That seems like that's the thing with this team. We get two different teams in two halves, and it's kind of weird. These two wins are probably one of the weirder wins that we've had back to back to start off a season. NFL making history for the second straight time. The Eagles come back, but that's down 10 points or more. No team has ever done that. Come back 2 games in a row down by that much in NFL history. So we made some history today. But speaking of history, who could be a favorite Eagle for many years to come, hopefully, if he lasts that long? Darren Sproles. I keep on saying it every week, and I've been saying it since the summer. Darren Sproles is one of my favorite football players in the NFL. A guy who shows you a lot of talent, despite his size, or despite all the comments people might say about Sproles. He brings a lot to the table. Whose heart is bigger than Darren Sproles, especially when the game is on the line? But talking the first half of this, Eagles-Colts game, the Eagles offense, had a couple drives earlier on in the game, installed by the end zone. The play selection was kind of iffy for my book. I thought we could have got more out of a Chip Kelly offense. I just wasn't super impressed with Foles in the first half. A lot of guys, like last week, a lot of guys he missed that were wide open, and that kind of stuff is concerning, especially moving forward. I mean, I think are these the bumps that he has to get through to become the player that he has to be? Perhaps, but when guys are wide open and you're missing guys on routine plays, that Foles has heart. At least he comes back in the second half. But I like the way that they use Sproles, and I like the way they use McCoy. It's a great balance to have that kind of talent in the backfield. It's phenomenal. There's another player that. Zach Ertz. I was screaming at the television. They have to getting Zach Ertz involved. Is one key element to this offense that he might touch the ball 5 times and make maybe 4 catches, but those catches are huge catches, and they usually 20 yards a pop. Zach Ertz on the day, 4 catches, 86 yards. 21.5 yards to catch. His longest on the day was 27 yards, but that's what I'm talking about. Ertz being he's another mismatch nightmare on linebackers. So seeing him get involved early in the game, and then in the end of the game making some very key catches down the road, especially on that last drive, that was huge. Some other positives, we had, Kelly stepped up in Evan Mathis's absence. Gardner, two guys that needed to play a big role in tonight's win. There was some pressure on the right side of the line a couple of times in the game, but for the most part, Nick Foles had a lot of time to pass. So that was a positive. One big thing is Kendricks got hurt. I think it's a calf, something wrong with his calf. Hopefully he didn't tear anything, or I'm not exactly sure, but I think it is a calf injury. Losing him would be huge. One of my favorite Eagles defenders, but losing a guy like that is huge, especially when you have Casey Matthews coming in trying to replace him. But after that, they put in Acho as well to replace some of the snaps that Matthews was taking over. Overall, the defense made some key plays tonight. First and foremost, Fletcher Cox was, he was all over the place making some plays, but that play, getting the fumble was huge. I'm sitting there talking to my brother. I'm like, Richardson is going to fumble. He is going to fumble. And next thing you know, boom, a fumble happens. I'm going nuts. But, another key play, Malcolm Jenkins on an interception. I saw Trent Dilfer after the game talking about, like, making excuses about, interception and how Hilton got held or whatever. Like, if you're going to be ticky-tack, I mean, these penalties happen. Like the other penalty that they called on LaShawn McCoy, and they said it wasn't a horse collar tackle. But did we not see Fletcher Cox pull Toby Guerra down by the back of his shirt, and they called it a horse collar? So, hey, karma comes back, gives us a call. But, who else can I talk about positively? Let's talk about Cody Parker. A rookie again, coming up, making a huge play. They call a timeout. He still kicks the field goal. But he did miss a field goal in the beginning of the game. It's something that you can't have. In that first half, Cody Parker did have 2 field goals. But like a boss, Parker shows up and makes the field goal to win the game. That's his first game winner for his career. But overall, I thought, when you hold Andrew Luck, a guy with that kind of talent and with his abilities, 20 for 34, 172 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. But that was huge. I mean, we kept Richardson under 100 yards. He had 79 yards on 21 carries. LaShawn McCoy today had 20 carries for 79 yards, 4 yards a pop. He had 1 rushing touchdown, and 4 receptions for 23 yards. Darren Sproles on the day had 4 carries for 26 yards and 7 catches for 152 yards. That's crazy. That is crazy. And just to have that kind of element added to your offense is amazing. Everyone keeps talking Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson got hurt this week, just saying. But Darren Sproles brings another element to this offense that, most players don't add. So hats off to the front office for bringing him in. And hats off to this Eagles team coming together in the fourth quarter when all hope could have been lost. The Eagles team stuck together and made some big plays. It's late here on the East Coast, almost 1 a.m. But Eagles fans out there, what got you excited? What did you see out there that got you fired up? Hopefully you're not as drained as I am. But this Eagle win has taken. When you're so happy that you can't really say much, you just like. You like that feeling, you stick your head out the window and you get a breeze on your face, just like, just that good feeling. It's a good feeling. I don't know about you, but I feel great. Just a little tired, but other than that, Eagles fans, how do you feel right now? Eagles are 2-0, and we face the Washington Redskins next week. It could be Deshaun Jackson less next week, but who cares about that? It's all about us beating the Redskins and being 3-0. Well, I'm Gayle Saunders, Eagles Sessions, living the dream, not as a dream team, but living the dream.